Okay, so today we're covering probably the easiest topic out of every guitar thing ever. Now, there is some advanced parts to this, but I'm dumbing it down. So, like, one of the examples for the advanced part would be the galloping on the tapping, like the... If you don't know what a gallop is, it's essentially like in Raining Blood, for example, where they would use it in a song like... Or Avenged Sevenfold, big... It's also known as, when you're doing that, or Beast and the Harlot does it too, or whatever it is. But that, when you're doing, alternating that and another note, so like, notice how I'm hitting this open E string before each thing, that's called pedaling. But we'll get into that another time. So, this is what we're learning today. I know it looks really hard, but it's actually not. We're stopping right there. Now, the hardest part of this is that. Because when you first start, it'll look more like... So don't be discouraged if you're doing that. It just takes a little bit of practice. By the end of this, you got it. Recommended before starting this, you have your wizardry down with your left hand of hammer-ons and pull-offs. Like... If you can do that, you can tap. It's that easy. Now, this isn't like... I can't do that. That's too hard. That's like 8-finger tapping. You can do this with multiple fingers. You can on multiple strings. Like, where's a chord? That was probably a horrid example because it sounded bad, but you get the idea. So, you can do all sorts of stuff with this. But I'm teaching you one string, one finger. So, what we're doing is starting on the B string. And if you can't do this right away, actually, let's start up here on the E string for all of our really beginners that probably can't stretch, because 2 to 5 is a bit of a stretch. At least it is for a beginner. Most of you might be able to do that with just that. I mean, some people could probably... I'd suggest doing that, though. It's a lot easier. So, what we're doing is taking 5, 7, 9 on the E. And really what you want to do is slow that down and really work on going 9, 5, 7, 9, or 9, 7, 5, 7, 9. You can do stuff like that. I just figured that out. That's why it took a second there, but... Sliding after you tap is kind of cool. I don't know. Like I said, endless possibilities. But that right there... Speed that up. Get that down. Use your pinky if you can, because you'll be using it in a second here. So let's do that slow once together real quick. Once you get that slow, perfect every time, slowly speed it up. I think Miss Smith does the Bob Ross technique, and she's like... She does something like that. So that's like string skipping. That's not too hard of a shape either. 12, 10, 8, 7... 12, 10, 8, 7. There it is. And then she just goes down to the B string and does the same shape again, but she just, switches between the two. It's pretty easy. So, now that we have all that out of the way, and we're hopefully feeling confident in our tapping, if not, please pause the video so you don't get lost. We're going to be doing 9, 2, 5, 9. Or 9, 5, 2... Oh, no, it's 9, 2, 5, 9. And then it's 10, 2, 5, 10. So essentially we're going from We're back on the B string as well. Probably should have. Let's slow down here. We're on the B string. 9. So 9, 2, 5, 9. I'm trying to get my extraneous fingers out of the way. Now as well, to get that's the hard part, at least I thought when I first started. But some people have trouble with the just kind of, while you're still pushing down, flick off, but do it in a manner that you don't hit this high E string. Gotta be careful of that, otherwise it'll be like, well actually, those are the same notes, so you could. That's a note equivalent, by the way. 5 and 5, or 5 and open. And they're mostly 5 across the board, except for G is 4 and B is open there. So, the more you know. But, yeah, I'd stick with this. What you can do, at least I find helpful, is if you hold this down, you barely arch this back. You can't really see that. You can kind of see I'm muting this, so can't hit it. That's what I like to do, because if I ever get sloppy, say I'm goofing around and I'm like, notice how there's a lot of slop in there. That's why you gotta mute the other strings while you do it. So, pro tip, mute the strings and just work on being precise. Really what you should do is go, if you can get that down, you just gotta keep the consistent flow moving of, and then speed it up. So once you get this shape down, 9, 2, 5, it's gonna slide this finger up 1 fret and go 10, 2, 5. Easy peasy, right? So let's practice all that really slow together. Now this is where it shifts. Now we're doing 4, 7, 10. So 4, 7, 10. Still on the B string. And then we move up to 12, 4, 7. I think I said 10, 4, 7, 10. If I didn't, that's what it is. 10, 4, 7, 10, and then 12, 4, 7, 10. 12, 4, 7, 12. Comes back up here every time. Same note you started on is what it should end up back at. So then, we're going to move to 5, 9. This is a bit of a stretch for some of you beginners, so careful of that. And then when we move up to, that's 12, 5, 9, 12. So we're going to go, when we go up to 13, we're going to move this finger back 1. So it's going to be 13, 5, 8, 13. Now if that went way too fast for you, I'm going to go back to 10, 4, 7 and slowly do it so you can see. Notice it's just a little minute movement. Now, you want to end on that, by the way. What you can do is just kind of grab that with your finger and shake it around a bit. And that's like vibratoing the... Except it's vibratoing a different way. So, let's do the whole thing slowly together, shall we? There you go. Now, by the end of this, you should be able to tap. Like I said, This is actually really good. It's flashy, but it's flashy, but what you're really doing with this hand is muting all these strings. So like, notice how I can't hit the open strings because I'm muting them. So I can be as sloppy as I want, and it does nothing. So next time you see your favorite guitarist up on the stage going, no, they're actually kind of cheating. Well, that's been the tapping video, guys. I'm hopefully you guys can do this. Just by the way, once full speed, it's so you guys have that to practice with. Yeah, stay tuned. There's more stuff coming. I've got some challenge videos I've got that people have sent in that I'll be doing. So take care, everybody.